Nobody but McClellan could have hesitated to attack. No one but McClellan could have hesitated to attack Major General John B. Magruder, commander of the Confederates on the peninsula. The Peninsula Campaign, 1862, we're talking about May 5th. May 5th is going to be the big assault. And McClellan's going to take, it's a great victory for McClellan because they just left. All the Confederates just left Yorktown. That'd be the, was that May 3rd? Yep, May 3rd, Johnston withdrew his forces from Yorktown. Once again, as at Manassas in March, McClellan gained ground but let an army heavily outnumbered by his own slip away among his men. Joy at taking Yorktown gave way to regrets. We seem to be celebrating a great victory and forgot our tremendous and useless labor during the siege operations, one sergeant wrote. Another officer spoke for many in the army when he lamented that the rebels had gotten off without a fight. As we could have taken them all prisoners and ended the war, Johnston was intent on falling back to the outskirts of Richmond and making his stand there, but heavy rain slowed his artillery and supply wagons. On May 5th, forces sent ahead by McClellan caught up with Johnston's rear guard at Williamsburg. May 5th, 1862. It was the first big test for the Army of the Potomac, and the challenge proved too much for the commander on the spot, Brigadier General Edwin Bull Sumner, a crusty old officer with a booming voice who was better at fighting battles than directing them. Unlike his resourceful Confederate opponent, Major General James Longstreet, he failed to bring all his strength to bear, and thousands of Federals within striking distance remained idle. Officers under Sumner pressed the fight, however, among them Brigadier General Philip Kearny, a one-armed former soldier of fortune, who boasted that he couldn't make men follow me to hell, and Winfield Scott Hancock, who nearly outflanked Longstreet north of town before the anxious Sumner recalled him. Hancock's men were withdrawing as ordered when Confederates attacked, taunting him with cries of "Bull Run" because they looked to be on the run, spoiling for a fight. The Federals turned on their foes and routed them. Hancock was superb, declared McClellan, who arrived from Yorktown late in the day. His army took Williamsburg, but lost nearly 2,300 men in the process, 600 more than Longstreet's force, which withdrew in good order. So May 5th, I'm obliged to sweat them tonight that I may save their blood tomorrow. The president hesitation to move upon an entrenched enemy, he wrote McClellan, is but the story of Manassas repeated. If Lincoln was so eager to attack McClellan, wrote his wife, I was much tempted to reply that he had better come and do it himself. Magruder welcomed the reprieve and remarked scathingly, no one but McClellan could have hesitated to attack. No one but McClellan could have hesitated to attack. On April 16th, McClellan sent a brigade from Vermont against the Confederates at the weak spot identified earlier by Hancock, a place called Burnt Chimneys. Let's just quickly take a look at this. Battle of Burnt Chimneys happened before the Battle of Williamsburg. Battle of Dam Number 1, the Siege of Yorktown, April 5th to May 4th as part of the Peninsula Campaign. Okay, so this is a different perspective. Now, McClellan had 41,000 men and the Confederates had 32,000 men. So, Union, it just, one-on-one, if the Union all day long just fought one-on-one, eventually the Union, just by the numbers, technically should prevail. The Union also had the industry, so they had all the cannons and guns and uniforms and whatnot, and bugles and nice drums for the drummer boys. Battle of Yorktown, Siege of Yorktown was fought April 5th to May 4th, 1862 as part of the Peninsula Campaign of the American Civil War, marching from Fort Monroe. Union Major General George B. McClellan's Army of the Potomac encountered Major General John B. Magruder's small Confederate force at Yorktown behind the Warwick Line. McClellan suspended his march up the peninsula towards Richmond and settled in for siege operations. Now, I'm pretty sure he's going to say, okay, the battle did take place close to the siege of Yorktown. And Yorktown is fucking Virginia? Why wouldn't it be in New York? I always felt like Yorktown was in New York. Are you trying to tell me Yorktown's in Virginia? You motherfuckers. You didn't tell me about the weather underground. You didn't tell me about the Black Panthers, and you didn't tell me about Yorktown being in Virginia. You motherfuckers. Joseph E. Johnston brought reinforcements from Magruder April 16th, 1862. 4 weeks and a day. April 5th to May 4th. It's like a whole campaign. And they say it's a siege of Yorktown, the siege. But what I just read here is that they just fucking left. They just, well, okay, McClellan's about to attack, so we're just going to go ahead and leave Yorktown. We're not going to fight. We're just going to avoid fighting for the day. We're going to be like water. We're just going to be like water, like Bruce Lee says. So I got May 6th, May 9th, May 15th, and May 23rd coming up. All having to do with this Williamsburg thing. So let's just see, not the background, the battle. There is a battle, apparently. Okay, about 500 people were killed. So the Siege of Yorktown, a.k.a. the Battle of Burnt Chimneys, which, why do we call it that? The Siege of Yorktown, no, man. It's the Battle of Burnt Chimneys. Everybody else is saying it's the Battle of Williamsburg. I know, man, but not us. Battle of Dam Number 1. Society unveils Burnt Chimneys sign. What? Battle of Dam Number 1, also called the Battle of Burnt Chimneys, was a missed opportunity for the Union to break the Warwick River. Okay. So let's get into the battle and the tactic. I should have checked out how the ending, how did it end? Williamsburg is going to end. The Battle of Williamsburg. The Confederate forces abandoned the field, although the engagement bought time for the main army to continue their withdrawal beyond Williamsburg. So 2,300 men were killed, 600 more than the Confederates. That's from battlefields.org. Battle of Dam Number 1. Newport News Park. April 5th, April 16th, McClellan, Prince John Magruder, Mary Chestnut. Let's see here. As the Union commander investigated the entire Warwick-Yorktown line, Prince John Magruder played his 10,000 before McClellan like fireflies, wrote diarist Mary Chestnut, and utterly deluded him. McClellan, despite outnumbering the Confederates almost 10-1, resolved to besiege the Southern defenses. Southern soldiers expected an assault at any time. As Surgeon James Holloway of the 18th Mississippi wrote, "Why they do not attack is strange, for they have a heavy force, and every day's delay only gives us the opportunity to strengthen our defenses." An attack finally came on April 16th, 1862, when McClellan ordered Brigadier General William F. Baldy Smith, USA, to disrupt Confederate control of Dam Number 1. Well, what's the burnt chimney thing, motherfucker? Get to the burnt chimneys, you sons of bitches. There's got to be some chimneys that were burnt. Why would you call it that if there's no burnt chimneys anywhere? Union artillery, Mott's 3rd New York Battery began shelling Confederate earthworks April 16th. On the morning of April 16th, by noon it appeared as if the Southerners had abandoned their defenses. The Confederates, at 3 p.m., Smith sent 200 men of the 3rd Vermonts forward as skirmishers. The Vermonters dashed across the river, captured the first line of rifle pits held by the 15th North Carolina. Hell yeah, Vermont. I always thought Vermont was a bunch of Calvin Coolidge fucking piles of shit. But I see it now, Vermont. The Federal troops, however, were forced to withdraw under the stress of a vicious counterattack by Cobb's Georgia Legion, since their ammunition was wet. They had not received any reinforcements. The water boiled with bullets as the Vermonters recrossed that fatal stream. A second attempt to capture Dam Number 1 failed to reach the Confederate lines as the Southerners had reinforced the position. The engagement resulted in 165 Federal and 145 Confederate casualties. Private Wilbur Fisk of the 2nd Vermont called the battle nothing but a damn failure. Battle of Dam No. 1, also called the Battle of Burnt Chimneys, was a missed opportunity for the Union to break the Warwick River defenses. 2 Federal soldiers, Captain Samuel E. Pingree, musician Julian Scott, were awarded the Medal of Honor for heroism during the short, vicious fight along a creek with a wide dam, which drank the blood of many of our men. Battle of Lee's Dam No. 1. Battle of Dam No. 1. What about the second dam? We just didn't. We just let that go. Yeah, they took it in 2 seconds. We didn't even try for that. Clearing up confusion about the burnt chimney landmark. Well, May 6th, May 9th, May 15th, May 23rd. You think I should just read them without rambling at the end? Without the ramble, what's the point? So, hell yeah, America's winning. America just kicked ass at the Battle of Chimneys. Where are we at now? Let's go back to the chronology. So, we've embarked. The Army of the Potomac went to Virginia. The Battle of Burnt Chimneys happened April 16th. So shit's already popping off. 500 fucking dead. Fucking shit. This war's about to get big. May 3rd, besieged Confederates withdraw without a battle from Yorktown. So that's a splendid victory, McClellan says. A splendid victory. I mean, in a way, you won without, spilling any blood. So you just intimidated them on down the road. But they're still there, and they're still mean and white supremacists and piles of shit. And you didn't really do anything. You freed Yorktown, so Yorktown should be happy that it's America. May 5th, Battle of Williamsburg, Virginia. So we got to that. May 23rd, Battle of Front Royal, Virginia. And then May 31st, Battle of Seven Pines. So we got a couple dates coming up here. Are any of those dates? The 23rd, yep, the Pines, right? Nope, it's not saying the Pines. Seven Pines. Or Fair Oaks. So there you go. The Battle of Front Royal is coming up. Battle of Seven Pines is coming up. The 7 days battles around Richmond's coming up. Then the Battle of Mechanicsville, the Battle of Gaines Mill, the Battle of Malvern Hill, and then August 3rd, Lincoln recalls McClellan's army. No, you're not, McClellan. You don't know what the hell you're doing, man. You don't know what the hell you're doing. 1862, he could have brought the war to an end, but he was, he sucked. He thought he was, grandiose, but it turns out he was just a grandiose. He was just a grandiose. He was just a grandiose loser. A grandiose loser. McClellan, you should have just stayed fucking on the railroad, motherfucker. Just fucking get the damn trains running on time. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. We need that old drunk from Ohio. U.S. Grant, will you fight at least? Shit, at least Grant fights. You know what